보면 눈 감아 Time is ticking 넌 빨라 Can't you see I'm a warning sign 이제 불렀더라 격하게 털어 Yeah mama 그냥 마음대로 움직여 We go
Blessings, blessings, blessings be to the Most High Yahweh.
Hello, you guys.
We back. We know we've been out of the loop for a little bit, but you know, we about to hit y'all with some videos. So let's start with the first one.
Frauds everywhere.
Frauds everywhere.
This is your time. This is your season coming up, and God is going to restore you back to where you were and beyond. So you're not going to just get what you had. You're going to get what you had plus interest. God is paying you back for every single thing that you have endured in your life, okay? Listen, Isaiah 40:29-31 says this. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This means that if you continue to hold on, God is not only going to give you your strength back, but you will soar. You will run. You will go from barely getting by to having more than enough. You will go from being weak to being strong. You will go from being tired to being full of energy. You will go from being hopeless to being hopeful.
Look at this. This is the side of it. Give me some volume on this. Listen to this.
And I need you. We get that?
Yes, we do. His plan is for us to prosper.
Always.
Thank you,
always.
Father.
Remember that. His plan is for us to prosper. Right.
Not
to apologize. You said, I'm from Africa. You are surprised that we from Africa worship a white man. Yes. And I said, you Muslims colonize many countries and you impose Islam and a God from Arabia on those countries that you went. Allah was not known in Africa. It was known only in Arabia because it's Arabic language, right? The Jews never mention Allah in all their books. So the name Allah is not known by any of the previous prophets. It's a new name, and according to the Torah, we don't need to follow a God that is not known by our forefathers. Now, for you to say we Africans worship a white man, it shows you are ignorant, respectfully. It's because Jesus is not from Europe, he's from Israel. They are not white people. And you don't impose that on me. You don't know me from anywhere, and you say I'm worshiping a white man. That's why I said I was offended, and I need you to apologize.
We know
Oh.
3 to 7%.
Very intelligent. Came across really strong and firm.
He did that. I don't need to add nothing to that.
There's
He
nothing.
put that man in his place.
Ooh, with men have nothing to say.
Nothing. So before we start talking out of our neck about this and that, how about have some facts first?
True.
Before somebody put you in your place.
Oh, and
hurt your feelings.
And embarrass you.
Hurt them feelings.
For real.
This go towards fraud. For instance, like, why are we funding gender changes in other countries? And why are we funding climate change initiatives across the world? Why are we funding a lot of this stuff? What do you think? A lot of it's corruption and fraud. Maybe that money comes back into the hands of politicians.
And I was just going to say that. If you think about it,
it's a legal way of washing money if you look at it.
There you go. That's all it is.
It's just pretty much washing money.
It's a lot of money, billions of dollars. They spent $24 billion. They had it allocated for homelessness and it went unaccounted for. How's that possible? The IRS
homelessness.
Wow.
And it went unaccounted for. So who's going to jail for that? Who's going to jail?
An audit is needed.
I mean, and this is our tax dollars, right? All that money. How much he said? 24 billion for homeless.
Wasteful spending.
And then we still got homeless everywhere. To a high percentage.
There's just government use of wasteful spending. Nothing new there.
Gotta lock them up. Y'all know the chant. Don't make me put it in there.
Each one of our payments on the track of Venmo, how can they not track billions of dollars of fraud? Like, have they just turned a blind eye?
They don't want to track it.
They've been enabling it to happen. Everyone has known for years that fraud's happening, and all I did was
you thought you escaped. You thought you got away. Are you dizzy, bruv? These men went around the whole world. Oh, you son of a bitch. And took every bell that they could find. Oh my days. But listen.
Wow.
You can't stop the revolution, brother. They are finding bells. Oh, you mud flood. They're finding bells in the mud flood. I told y'all, get a shovel and start digging. But just look at these, man. Posing like they've done something good. Brother, you've committed murder. And I've got a question that I hope somebody can answer. Can somebody tell me whose grandma is this? Whose grandma is this?
Thankfully, every state does not have this problem. I don't have another statistic to give you where we arrested 75 individuals in one summer for hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud related to a program that's supposed to feed malnourished children in underprivileged families. So I don't know what he's talking about. That's pushing it under the rug. And also, a fraud of this size, there should be state and local authorities alerting the FBI early on and participating in our investigation. We went up there and did it with the federal authorities and the DOJ, and we've continued to ask those in Minnesota and around the country of any information on this to let us know, because this investigation is not over.
Did that go right? Hold on. Go ahead.
I wish Cash Patel would start with the investigation of the FBI first. Let's investigate the hen house.
Well, you know that's not going to happen. In regards to Minnesota, we already know what she doing over there. It's just time to bring her down. Lock her up.
Ilhan.
Lock her up.
Ilhan.
Lock her up.
Ilhan.
No, for real, man. She's been doing it too long. Too much money.
But it's a common thing now that they're all doing it. That
I understand.
It's part of the culture now in Washington where it's a fraud is a common thing. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's turning a blind eye. That's why the country is so in deficit.
Can't turn a blind eye to this one. It's out there. Somebody got to go down. Somebody is going to go down. It's just who.
It's the question. It's just who.
I'll wait.
And when.
And when.
What?
What?
No. What do you mean, me and Fetty Wap? Aren't you the same person?
Oh, wait, what?
When you said
I went over my head there for a second.
Myself.
Something else. And it wasn't a W. And then you started talking about 6'7". People know what that means. People know. You already know. He said it. He said me and Fetty Wap. Like it's two different people. I don't know what's going on here, guys. But something is going on with Fetty Wap. And I just can't figure it out. You want to know why? Because there's nothing to figure out. This video is for entertainment purposes only. And Fetty Wap is back and active. Welcome home, my brother. Hope you do your thing. I really don't know. Maybe you could let me know.
Now, this is something that I see common with when a lot of rappers go to jail. This is a typical uproar that it's a swap, it's a clone.
Oh.
And they prove it kind of true by the behavior and the way they look. Like, for instance, look at Blueface. It doesn't even look like Blueface.
That's true. That's true.
So it's a history of when rappers go to jail, they come back looking totally different. They've been cloned allegedly. So for him to, it's pretty much.
And then he was talking in third person. I mean, are you?
He's giving us a hint there. He's giving us a hint right there.
For real. I mean, to go in and just come out looking like somebody totally different. We know if you go away, your looks are going to change. You're going to age depending on, the struggle that you have in there. But to come out and like your features, it's just all off compared to.
It's like that Atlanta rapper.
Looking like you had a plastic surgery, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a whole different person.
It's like the Atlanta rapper that went to jail with the ice cream on his face. I forgot his name. Mm-hmm. He came out totally different. Rap style, totally different. So you can't help but to say, who is this guy? What is going on?
I know. And it's happening to a lot of them, like you said. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We caught on.
I love Minnesota. But I do not like people, whether they live in Minnesota or elsewhere, who steal money from the poor. There ought to be a special place in hell for them. By now, unless you are still living in your parents' basement playing video games,
somewhere,
you know that there has been massive welfare fraud in Minnesota.
Oh, what state again?
It's staggering.
And look at that.
What state was that again? Oh, wait. Yeah, Minnesota.
Stunning. It's astounding. It may rise to the level of $9 billion of taxpayer money meant for the poor. $9 billion.
With all due respect, Senator Kennedy has a good heart and good intentions, but they're all in there that's doing the illegal and the fraud. It's within the Congress, it's within the Senate, where all these people are committing fraud and they're sitting and still in office.
So it's like, how do you let it get to that amount without something already happening? I get what you're saying. So pretty much they exposing themselves at the same time of trying to expose her. It's just they pointing a finger towards her to get the finger off of
themselves as a body.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, truth that at this juncture, most of that fraud appears to be centered in the community of Minneapolis among people of Somali ancestry. Some have said and suggested that it's racist to say that. Facts are not racist. What I just said is just a fact. So far, there have been 90 people charged, most of whom are of Somali descent. That's just a fact. There are over 100,000 people of Somali ancestry in Minnesota, most of them in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. And the vast majority of them vote in a bloc, as is their right. And the vast majority of them vote in a bloc for Democratic candidates, as is their right. Some will say Kennedy's being a racist, pointing that out. Let me say it again. Facts are not racist. They're fact.
So basically, no, basically. The facts of the facts is she had a lot of Somalian
committing fraud,
ethnicity come over to Minnesota and help to commit the fraud.
That's why I can't understand why she's still sitting on. Why is there a Senate congressional hearing? You know, an ethics hearing on her because she's deep in the crime of fraud in Minnesota and it's been going on for a very long time.
Because how long has she been sitting in the seat? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out and we're gonna put it in there. I think we said before over the course of 30 years because
she's been there for a
before
while.
She had she was in debt. Oh yes, that's right. Last episode talking about her.
Negative $45,000.
There it is. $45,000 in debt, and then all of a sudden she's like 30 million surplus net worth. Right. So it's like how do you go
6
from
years.
Right. So again,
it's about time. It's to the point you gotta throw the baby out with the bathwater because it's all corrupted. It's corrupt to the core.
It's enough already.
And they're all sitting in it and thinking it's okay because it's not highlighting them. Like I said, Senator Kennedy has good intentions, but at the same time, call a thing a thing.
I want you. Bring them all down.
Bring them all down. Oh no.
Ellen? What happened to Ellen's TV show?
How the mighty has fallen.
Nah.
That TV show went bye-bye.
Fallen.
It went bye-bye.
Father's work.
Having abusive leadership, it went bye-bye.
B, come on. You know what happened.
Wow.
She's getting low.
She's low.
All those people that she was interviewing, are no longer around.
What's going on in that photo there?
I don't know, but
whose grandma is that?
You know, they not getting the source of what they need. So
true indeed.
You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
True indeed.
My 2 cents. Now, the source of what they need, I don't know what that is, but they ain't getting it because
she's aged like 20 years since leaving the show.
And how long has her show been canceled?
Maybe about 5 years now.
That long?
A little under 5 years.
Dang, time flies.
If it's that time, I don't know. Maybe so.
I don't know. I'm
not sure. Don't quote me.
I'll look it up and put it in there. But yeah, she aged though. Since the whole pretty much the Diddy thing started happening, everybody started fleeing, and when she fled, like that's what 3 fled.
When she fled,
when she fled, that was like UK. 3 years ago.
Yes.
So let's say about 3 years. In 3 years, look at how she's aged.
Reap what you sow.
Absolutely.
Remember? She's been getting low lately.
Now look at that.
This lady.
Look at that previous photo.
Look at that compared to what we just saw. Now, when was that taken is the question.
That looks like it's heavy filtered over there.
Yeah, that's true too. Heavy filtered. Especially around the house.
Because we all know who she was running with. So, listen. Ellen is doing commercials now, guys. What's up with that? Come on, you know what's up. Shh, don't you even say it.
Birds of a Feather.
Show aired in May 26, 2022.
What'd you say?
Birds of a Feather. Don't forget these people, who they are. Don't forget who these people are. Birds of a Feather. You are the company you keep.
For real. And they was always chummy and buddy.
Very.
And how many times he's been on our show. And they was, you know, subliminally giving hints and whatnot. So, yeah.
So I see why she fled to the UK.
Yeah.
Actually, what happened to Oprah, too? Haven't seen or heard from her in a while. You know, when hits the fan, they got to turn the AC on. Wow, you had a successful TV show. I mean, you didn't run out of money. What happened? Nothing happened, guys. Come on. This video is for entertainment purposes only. She just decided to stop doing the show, you know. Sometimes people got to just relax and live their life. I don't know what's going on. Let me know.
Is that? Yeah. I thought it was a rocket.
That is insane. I've never seen that.
Oh, goodness.
That's crazy. That's insane. Optimus Prime? Is that Autobots?
Dude,
that is actually crazy. That's so close, too. Whoa! That's the movie right there. That's so dope. That's fucking Optimus Prime right there. That's actually nice that we came back to that. Dude, if you didn't point that out, it's like, what the fuck? I thought it was like a fucking plane. There's no way it's that bright.
No. Well, especially the streak as well.
Yeah.
That looks really close.
Okay, here's another one I don't know that everyone's ready for. Here is the center of a tree that's being chopped down somewhere in the United States that's gushing water. And you may be thinking, oh, it's probably on like a water main, or maybe it's on like some type of spring. But hold on a second. I present you this flat top mountain, which is constantly gushing water, despite there being no lakes on top of it or rivers nearly at all. It doesn't always rain there either, but these are constantly flowing. Like Angel Falls in Venezuela, it never stops flowing, and it's coming off the top of a plateau, flat-topped mountain. The question you must ask yourself, and literally think about this logically for a second, how did the tops of certain mountains become completely flat? Like, really, how? The wind? You think erosion did that? Now, an alternative theory some people are wondering, is there eerie resemblance to gigantic tree stumps? I know. It isn't what they said, that back in the day, the trees reached the heavens. So are we in a funny time in history where we don't quite know what really happened long ago? Was this Earth before the flood, like in Avatar?
All we gotta do is read.
That's it. I love his theory, though.
Yeah. I mean, the way he's all bringing it together, and we already know that there was giants
roam the planet,
Nephilim. Right.
So, in the days of Noah.
And even to this day, there are descendants
of the Nephilim.
Just all you gotta do is just open your eyes and pay attention. Right? So, yeah.
Giant of Kandahar. If anyone look back in that story, it's pretty tells you
Now,
a lot.
just for scale, Devil's Tower, I'm going to zoom out here in a second. You're going to see whereabouts this thing is. It's in Wyoming. And it's a funny spot because when you zoom in on it, and then I go to 3D, you're going to see the true, or at least get an idea of how freaking gigantic this thing is, man. And I'm talking, this actually lets you zoom in quite close to it. Like, it's flat up top, and it has the hexagonal columns. They call them basalt columns. They're all over the world, those columns of hexagons. And that only really exists in nature in plants. I'm just saying, like, all these ancient
every time I see that shape of or trees that look like they've been cut down,
Like
even though
like that?
in the past they told us it was mountains. It never looked like a mountain to me.
No.
But also, you know that movie Encounters of the Third Kind, when they kept building that, it was like the same shape.
Yeah, actually it was. You know, you're right about that. Who are you people?
Right.
The heavens and giants. Is it all just a willy-nilly thing, or were they telling kind of the truth of what the Sandam things were like back then? And this thing, this is in
Especially that look. It looked just like that.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, we're talking about the movie from way back, I think in the
Encounters
70s.
of the Third Kind.
Yeah, it's a good movie to watch.
You're telling me what? Erosion? The wind blew it flat? You got to use your head here because your eyes are telling you something, but your mind is telling you something else because you believe the official story of history. And what do they say about history? It's his story. The winner writes the story, man. Are we being deceived? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more. I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. Someone AI'd.
What?
Continue. Let's continue. I thought it was a different time.
The flat-topped mountains and basalt columns, or otherwise ancient tree stumps, around the world, and showed what they would look like as trees. And these are the trees mentioned in the book of Enoch, which reached the heavens during the time of Noah.
Thank you for saying that, sir.
Now, I think they would actually be taller. Like, obviously, that is insanely tall, but I think they went even higher up there. Think of Jack and the Beanstalk. He lived up a giant stalk of a plant in the clouds, in a giant ancient tree. And Jack had to go. Now, didn't they say in the book of Enoch? Here's Ayers Rock, by the way, in Australia. I wouldn't doubt it. Here's the crazy part, though. Jack and the Beanstalk, he had to go up the tree. And here's Devil's Tower. How could I forget? Beautiful, man. I can imagine when that was a tree, I would love to treehouse in there. Are you kidding me? But here's the crazy part. Jack and the Beanstalk, he went up there to slay the giant who stole his dad's castle from up there. And what did they say? God sent down 200 angels to cut down the ancient trees so that the giants couldn't climb the trees to survive the flood. I'm telling you right now, something ain't adding up with the official story of how our Earth's history has came to be, man. 100%.
Because it's a lie.
Go down the rabbit hole of things going on around the world.
I mean, we have to question these things.
But the book of Enoch tells us pretty much. I didn't get to that part in the book of Enoch yet, by the way. I'm looking forward to get there.
We've watched and we've listened to other people read the scriptures, the book of Enoch. We've watched the movie. We've heard the audio. But, of course, we were waiting to get to it and read it for ourselves. I mean.
But it makes so much sense. Because if the giants roamed the planet at that time, you'd have to cut the trees down because the trees were all the way up into the heavens.
Sure.
So Father sent Michael and the other archangels to have them cut and cap because you can see they're calcified. That's why they look like stones. That's my theory on it. That's what I think. Because it looks like rocks. And I think it was calcified.
Right. Well, the flood, I guess, from the water receding.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
The more you realize, they certainly do not prefer the story of Genesis and the notion of a creator.
Here's something really fascinating. Sure. The fallen angel statue discovered in Russia is the creepiest thing I've seen in a good minute. There's these dudes, Russian dudes, they work in some sort of quarry. I think it was like a gravel quarry or something. They were just digging and they found this ginormous statue of this crazy, evil-looking angel with its hood down, but like its eyes, and it's this giant wingspan holding a shield. And honestly, before I continue, follow me now, because most people aren't ready for what comes next. And it was kneeling, these dudes standing up beside the statue, their heads didn't even go past the statue's head. and it was kneeling down. The detail on it is exquisite. Like it looks like an angel that was frozen. Have you heard of the terracotta army and that army tomb in which that king is that they're guarding, that they haven't opened yet, where it's written that his throne is surrounded by a giant lake of mercury and it's like protected?
I wouldn't doubt it.
But that's true because God had, the fallen angels were all bound down here. So if it's now being unearthed and surfacing now, it's truly facts because they were all bound and buried here on the planet, all over the planet, all of the watchers, all the leaders of the watchers,
right,
according to the Book of Enoch,
right.
So to see him now being unearthed, I'm not surprised. I'm not.
So you think that statue was a fallen angel? Possibility?
Possibility, calcified possibility.
Possible. That would be a good story to follow up on. So then, if that's the case, what happened to those statues? What did they do with them? Where are they? So forth. Because
it takes me back to the story once again of the Marine that found that they were under the Euphrates, and they saw the fallen angels that were bound under there and chained. So it kind of, and they were all calcified as well. So it kind of reminded me of the same thing. It's like with the Great Flood, they all hardened and calcified over time. Hence why they look like rocks.
Possible. Good theory.
It's a good theory. Just a theory.
Clear.
Very good.
You know what I'm saying? Then it is a possibility.
Rest in peace.
If you believe in it, it's already happened. You just haven't gotten there yet. So you have to learn how to recognize things. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to know what roads to take to get to your final destination. Because a thought, just a thought form, can manifest itself into physical form. So it's all about believing in yourself, believing in what you do, being able to see it. And trust me, it'll happen.
You can't have discernment without prayer life. The more you pray.
Hold on, sorry. You know, Pastor Phillips is always rock and roll like that DMX. But
Lisa was on a bright path. She was on such an awakening. She was on that journey of just enlightenment.
Yeah.
And I think going down to Costa Rica, she felt like it drew her down there to just get to that full awakening with Dr. Sebi.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think being in the industry, Lisa was still bound to demons from the industry. And it followed her, in my opinion, this is just my theory, it followed her because I see she was so enlightened and so aware, but yet darkness still lurked around her.
Again, the darkness saw her light. And again, like you said, she was in that industry where there was darkness. So, and then she had hit that little boy, right?
She did.
So she was dealing with her own demons herself, and she was, spiritually awakening, especially dealing with Dr. Sebi. Some of those things that he was, dealing with, I don't per se agree with, especially if it was ritualistic or whatever. However, I do understand of her saying, how you have to tap into yourself, you have to think of things that you want to do, and you have to be motivated to turn in your thoughts into execution, which is manifestation. So it's all just of how you look at it and perceive it, and you word it. You know what I'm saying? And again, she was on the clean path. Roots and culture.
She was a discovery.
Right.
She started to become a truth teller.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Nipsey Hussle. You know.
Right. So she was on that path of self-awakening, which a lot of us are, and it all depends on which route you go. You have to be very careful.
Well said.
You have to be very, very careful on which way you go. That's why it's important for us to what? Read for ourselves. Read for ourselves.
But I realize people, when they go into the sense of enlightenment and spirituality, they tend to go in thinking it's about self.
Yeah.
And they neglect Yahweh. And I think that's a main problem. I see a lot of New Age spiritualists and people that's come into enlightenment like Lisa did. They tend to feel it's all about themselves. It's all about connection with oneself, one inner soul, and they fail to realize that Father is the creator of all. That's the creator of source. What they're seeking at the time, not unaware.
Their purpose.
Unaware, yeah.
Unaware. That's a nice way of breaking it down. And I'll take that. Absolutely. Because that's what we have to realize. It's it's people, it's seeking self-purpose. But realizing that comes with surrendering to Father.
But it comes with Father overall, because He's the creator of all. He's the one that's awakening us, and in a sense, He's the one that's giving us the enlightenment.
Absolutely.
You just gotta find a connection. Gotta get that line.
Ready for Pastor Phillips
yes,
here?
I am.
All right.
The more you have discernment, this is why you gotta be careful who you listen to so you're not persuaded in the wrong direction.
Oh my, hold on. I don't stop in the ending of who's speaking, but we was just saying that you have to be careful who you're listening to, and it all comes down to that one word, discernment.
So key.
For you and I, that even when the people you think should be standing up for you do not. The Lord knows how to vindicate every one of His children when He's ready to do that. Ain't gotta fight you on no post. The Lord knows how to vindicate His children when He's ready to do that. All they had was accusations. But a pagan woman says, that man, righteous, better learn to listen to wives. Thank God if you got a godly one. And I said, babe, don't do that. Don't buy that. Don't go there. Don't trust her. Don't trust him. You gotta have enough discernment to know you can't have discernment without a prayer life.
And it won't matter where you worship, but only that you do it in spirit and truth.
God isn't looking for a location, He's looking for a heart. You can be in a church building and be far from Him, or you can be alone in your room and be fully surrendered. What matters is whether your worship is honest and anchored in truth. Worship isn't a song you sing, it's a life you offer. It's choosing obedience when no one is watching. It's trusting God when life doesn't make sense. It's loving Him with your whole heart, not just your words. God isn't impressed by performance. He responds to sincerity. He's not distant or hard to reach. He's near to the humble, the honest, and the repentant. Don't worry about the setting. Worry about the posture of your heart. Because when your heart is right, worship happens anywhere.
I like that.
Perfect. Nice. I think that is the last video.
I like that.
That was a perfect way to end
nice
that.
compilation there.
You know, we always
really
got to throw the chosen up in there.
Of course.
Shout out to Jonathan Rumi. So we made it to the end, but not the end.
Not the end. We'll be back.
But I think that today's compilations were eye opener, right?
Yeah.
And overall, you know, we just gotta pay attention. You know, things are the truth is out there, and we gotta read for ourselves, people. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we're gonna wind up falling for anything. You know, there's frauds everywhere.
Yeah. Remember, we're teachers in someone's lives.
Ooh,
so you gotta learn how to share education and share knowledge.
True that. Me personally, I don't like frauds. Bye. Okay, bye. So, again, we'll catch you on the next one, so you know how it go.
You guys, it's great to be with you guys again. Always.
And this is what we gotta say. Remember,
we're beautiful strangers. Don't forget that we all are beautiful strangers.
So, again, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Love and light, you guys. See you next time.
Laters.
Together, we're beautiful strangers.